Hey everybody, welcome to Let's Die, the His versus Today His Guide to the Apocalypse. It's me, your boy Brett, and this is a podcast about things and stuff and how to survive them. Now, we are not a serious survival podcast, far from it. You won't learn how to start a fire here, but you will learn that you need flamethrowers versus xenomorphs. Joining me today for this very special Infected Echo game is Nick. Welcome back, Nick.
Hey, glad to be here. Glad it worked out.
There he is. Yep. Good to see you. Good to hear you and see you in my mind.
Do you even know that what I truly look like? Perhaps all the pictures I sent you are fake.
I imagine that because you send me a lot of we do a lot of sexting back and forth, and you've sent me a lot of suggestive pictures. No, I imagine you as a great dread lord from the deep, a Cthulhu monster of dynamic proportions and terror-inducing madness. But
I mean, it's
Nick,
possible. I wouldn't admit to it.
Nothing's not impossibly possible. So Nick is joining us this season, for our Echo games. Last season we did, Jurassic World Revealed. So go back and check those out. And this is part 2 of Infected Echo, a little game called Infected that we play on the Amazon Echo. And this is part 2. Last time, go listen to that. But last time we were stopped because I had to spend money. And I spent that money. And
we were defeated by DLC.
Defeated by DLC no longer. We caved to our DLC overlords. And yep, here we are. So essentially all we need to do is speak the name of the Dreadlord computer. And it should start off right where we left off. So I have no idea how this game is going to go, and I have no idea how long it's going to be. So we're just going to wing it. You ready, Nick?
I mean, as ready as I can be under the circumstances.
Okay. Well, you got first go for decision making, and we will take turns on decision making, dear listener, if you don't know how this works. So, computer, play Infected.
Hello there.
Hi.
Yes, you.
That's me.
Ready to chat your poison?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Me too. All right, here's how it works.
No, we know.
You, dear listener, are the main character of this story. Live, die, and rise again, based solely on the merit of your own choices. Will you survive the zombie apocalypse?
Probably not.
Infected.
Well, Nick.
To continue, you can buy a story pass. Immortality can be yours. That's right. After successful testing on lab rats, Gilgazyme is now ready for public consumption. It's a revolutionary new gene therapy invented by Dr. Richard Phoenix and Dr. Louis De Leon, which promises to end aging after only one dose. Simply use the patented inhaler and let science take care of the rest. Your flawed genetic code will be removed and replaced by a new and improved stream in which you'll never age another day. This statement has not been evaluated by the FDA. Stay young and beautiful forever.
Just like R.C. Bray.
Gilgazyme. Decision time. That's your cue to listen closely.
We know.
Your options will be listed as poison 1, poison 2, etc. Then you'll hear me say, chat your poison, and this sound. At which point, you'll tell me your choice aloud as a clear and unambiguous poison 1, for example. Poison 1. Stay this age forever? I'll sell my house, my kids, whatever. Sign me up. Poison 2. Does anyone else think this is a bad idea? No freaking way am I going anywhere near that poison. Chat your poison.
Oh, did I have to do it first?
I guess so. I guess so.
Well, yeah, we did the other one last time. I'm gonna have to hear it again. I don't know what he wants to.
Poison 1.
Okay.
Stay this age forever.
Okay, I just remembered how this works.
Sell my house, my kids, whatever. Sign me up.
We've done this 5 times.
2.
Yeah, but it's been a while.
Anyone else think this is a bad idea? No freaking way am I going anywhere near that poison.
Try the other ones.
Chat your poison.
Poison 1. Poison 1.
Good news. You already have Story Pass. You have already purchased a Story Pass.
Oh my god.
Thanks for buying a Story Pass.
They're like the voices of like
You may
5
now
different people just now.
continue infected.
You still got the first one. That didn't count, I guess. We got through the
Hello
tutorial.
Yes, you.
What?
Ready to chat your poison?
Yes, for the love of God.
You. All right, here's how it works.
God, Mr.
Oh my
White.
God.
Listener, the main character of this story. Live, die, and rise again, based solely on the merit of your own choices.
Mr. RC, we
now,
know.
The rules are a little different than the
Can we be the
traditional
comic relief guy who survives?
that we tell together.
Or does he always die in these situations?
Section.
Do we have to do the whole tutorial over again?
And this sound.
This is quality
That's
content.
your cue to listen closely. Your options will be listed.
Oh my
as
God.
Poison 1, Poison 2, etc.
So we're having to do this a third time.
Hear me
Is what you're
say,
saying.
chat your poison, and this sound. At which point, you'll tell me your choice aloud as a clear and
I could have read all
unambiguous
like 4
Poison
Mountain
1,
Man
for
books
example.
already.
This is the apocalypse after all, so please try to act decisively.
Where's
You can
Gus?
also say, repeat
Tell me where
options
Gus
and hear
is.
the choices again. And at any time during the book, feel free to say pause, or stop, or skip to choices if you've already heard the current selection.
Skip the choices.
That ought to about cover it.
Shit.
Let's begin. Will you survive the zombie apocalypse?
Probably
Infected.
not.
I wish that was a choice. Just yes, I survived the pajama
Outfits can be yours.
Game over. No.
That's right. After successful testing
Oh,
on lab
damn it.
rats,
This is your chance. Skip the choices.
for public consumption.
Skip the choices.
It's a revolutionary new gene.
Skip
therapy
the choices.
by Dr.
Skip the
Richard
choices?
Phoenix and Dr.
Nope.
Louis
He said
DeLeon,
no.
which promises to end aging after only one dose.
Well,
Simply use the patented inhaler and let science take care of the rest. Your flawed genetic code will be removed and replaced by a new and improved strain.
Oh my gosh.
Another day. This statement has not been evaluated by the FDA. Stay young and beautiful forever with Gilgazyme. Decision time. Poison 1. Stay this age forever?
Poison 1.
My kids, whatever. Sign me up. Poison 2. Does anyone else think this is a bad idea? No freaking way am I going anywhere near that poison. Chat your poison.
Poison 1.
Gilgazyme. You really think you can afford immortality? What are you, a movie star? Decision time.
Oh my God.
Poison 1.
Fuck.
Why, yes, I am quite
Well,
wealthy.
is
I'll
me.
take that inhaler, please. Poison 2. Sigh. Looks like I'll just dream about it and die one day like everyone else. Poison 3. I guess you're right. Now I'll have to infiltrate the company and steal a sample.
Wait, we've done this.
Check
Yeah.
your poison.
Poison 2. Oh, I'm so poor.
Poison 1.
Nope.
You
Why,
bastard.
Quite wealthy.
It's
I'll
no-
take that inhaler,
God,
please.
Am I allowed
damn.
to say bastard?
Poison.
You say whatever you want, bro.
Okay.
Sigh. Looks
Fiddle
like I'll
sticks.
just dream about it and die one day like everyone
That's
else.
the one I want. I want to
Poison.
die.
Skip the choices.
I'm so depressed.
I
Skip
guess
the
you're right.
choices. This is the
Now I'll have
choices.
to infiltrate the company and steal a
Let's hope we
sample.
could skip to the part where we could just say it.
Check your poison.
Poison 2.
3 weeks later.
There we go.
You are now 3 weeks older.
No
Sorry.
shit.
Life isn't fair. But you're also 3 weeks wiser.
Oh, yeah.
Strange things have been happening in the world. You're plugged into the TV, and you've been following the news. It's on right now. More upset in Tinseltown. A gruesome attack at a movie premiere, only days after the third in a string of incidents where a Hollywood set was shut down for the violent mental breakdown of a star. We'll go to the tape right now. The following footage is graphic, and it is suggested you look away if you're squeamish.
Lovely.
Say, continue, to lean in close to the TV.
Continue? That's not a choice.
On the red carpet, the stars and starlets pose for cameras in designer garb. Something strange catches your eye. What's her name? The haggard old has-been who does the red carpet interviews shuffles over toward the newest young hot thing to grace the silver screen.
Oh, I know who they mean.
Is almost a
can't remember her name. She died.
Yet there is some degree of control. She stares aimlessly with glazed eyes. Her jaw is slack and her face is morbidly still. When she looks at the budding celebrity, she grows hungry. Not that any of this is strange. The strange part is that she holds no microphone. She grabs her victim by the shoulders and bites down on the supple neck.
We agree that part's pretty normal, though.
It's the calamity. George Clooney accepts the call to action and pulls Joan off, only to receive a
Joan
bite
Rivers.
for his trouble. God damn it, right onto his gorgeous face. Screams of panic ring out. A man in a tux shoots out from the theater, missing an arm and blood gushing everywhere. His date follows him, holding and gnawing on his arm, his life stained crimson upon her mother-of-pearl gown. The footage falters as the cameraman runs for cover, returning the show to the newsroom and the supermodel reporter. Oddly calm, she reads from the teleprompter. In an ironic twist, it seems many of those killed are users of the new longevity wonder drug, Gilgazyme. It's still unknown if there is a connection between the drug and the homicide sleep hitting major urban centers across the country. No spokesperson for the creators of Gilgazyme has agreed to comment as of this broadcast. The television is suddenly taken into local control and your community sheriff appears on the screen. You change the channel instinctively, but it's all the same.
Nope. I said no.
You're not sure, but it seems that something like this hasn't happened in decades.
Stop.
With so many channels.
Stop.
The governor has declared a state of emergency, the sheriff announces. But we are as of yet unprepared for any...
Like, hey, these are your options.
I just had a
working as hard as we can to set up aid stations and sanctuaries. In the meantime, work with friends and neighbors. Find a group. Nobody can beat this thing alone. And we need all the help we can get. There you have it.
Don't find you helpful. They may always find you handy.
The movies, genre books, comics, all of it is coming true.
I was just going to say, Gilgazyme sounds like an offensive comedian from like the 670s or something.
Gilgazyme.
Hey, Gilgazyme, and now I'm going to tell some racist jokes. We'll blow this cigar in your face.
So, what's your plan?
Roasted.
Decision time.
Uh-oh, here you go, Nick.
Poison 1. Hole up right here. Boards and nails. I can survive off my ramen noodles and Kraft Easy Mac until the government figures this thing out.
That is literally me.
Poison 2. Out the door right now. Going into the woods.
Now.
I'll call Mom from the car. Zombies love cities, and I hate zombies, so it's see you later.
Okay, that's actually me.
Poison
with ramen
3.
noodles.
Shit. I knew I needed to go shopping. Time to fight the crowds for Blackest Friday, the biggest looting day of the year. Guns, batteries, powdered water. I'll take it all.
Is there such a thing as powdered water?
4. Are you kidding me? I'm one of those survival nuts. After a quick "see, I wasn't crazy" email, it's off to the compound. This is the day I've been waiting for. Chat your poison.
Poison 2. Poison 2.
1.
Nope.
Hole up right here. Boards and nails. I can survive off my ramen noodles and Kraft Easy Mac until the government figures this thing out. Poison 2. Out the door right now. Going into the woods. I'll call Mom from the car. Zombies love cities, and I hate zombies, so it's see you later. Poison 3. Shit. I knew I needed to go shopping. Time to fight the crowds for Blackest Friday, the biggest looting day of the year. Guns, batteries, powdered water. I'll take it all. Poison 4. Are you kidding me? I'm one of those survival nuts.
It's gonna be real loud. So
see, I wasn't crazy email. It's off to the compound. This is the day I've been waiting for.
Waiting for.
Chat your poison.
I've been.
Poison 2.
Head for the hills.
There you go.
Yeah.
I've been waiting
just like Granny would have said when she thought commies were invading. You don't have much, but what you do have, you throw in the back of your car. some camping gear, and whatever staples look like they're the densest and highest in calories. That emergency kit you thought was a lame Christmas present might actually come in handy. Lucky for you, your gas tank is full, and you've even got a head start out of town. Well, you could have left a few days ago, but you weren't really that surprised when Lindsay Lohan ate a member of the paparazzi. Still, the more proactive citizens are out and about in your city preparing for whatever is to come.
I don't think any of these celebrities were paid for their appearance.
Traffic is heavy, and you keep thinking it's now or never. Wait a little longer, and these roads will probably be permanently closed. On your way out of town, you pass through the suburbs. You drive past somebody mowing his lawn. Poor bastard. Another few houses later, you see two men wrestling on the driveway. You're not sure if the scourge has already made it this far or if the looting has begun. You drive on. With the open road before you, you've got plenty of miles to contemplate your next move. Decision time. Poison 1. I know there are some cabins only a couple of hours away. Maybe there'll be some people I can meet up with, or at least supplies stashed there. Poison 2. There's supposed to be some caves up north. I want to avoid people at all costs. Poison 3. I'll stop before dark and set up the tent. I want to stay mobile, and tomorrow is another day. Chat your poison.
Poison 3. Maybe.
Camping is intense.
Yeah.
You did the best you could to hide your tent away from the road, and you land. You're not within eyeshot of your car, an obvious human container, and you're hoping against hope no one will find you tonight. You set up around the crunchiest of leaves, a kitchen knife and hammer by your side. Sleep isn't coming easy. This is worse than going camping right after watching Blair Witch. Even the wind sets those infernal leaves to dancing. You left the bottom portion of the zipper undone, just in case you need to make a quick escape. You also, something you're proud to have thought of, rigged the top zipper with a bell to alert you when anyone tries to get in.
Very smart.
Now, you'd better not have to pee in the middle of the night.
Go in a bottle, baby.
Was that just crunch? Yep, something's out there.
Someone's eating some cereal.
Maybe it's just an animal or a branch moving in the wind.
Yeah, I'm crunch.
Except the wind seems to be groaning. Jingle, jingle.
Oh, God. That's
Whatever
actually
it is
terrifying.
hasn't figured out that it needs to use your zipper, which means it isn't human. The groaning and pawing increases in intensity. You know what's out there.
A moose.
All your hopes of miraculously finding a government sanctuary unscathed peter out. Your heart pounds with ferocity. The time to act is now. Decision time. Poison 1. Slice a hole in the other side and jackrabbit my way to the car before whatever's out there knows I've even left. Poison 2. Grab my knife and prepare to go psycho on this Z-bag.
Z-bag?
Chat your poison.
I like that.
Poison 1.
Poison 1.
Escape route. Just as an undead
I want you to
hand.
know my original plan was to try to get us killed as quickly as possible, but I actually want to try to do this
You
right
cut an
now.
edge opposing flap.
Repeat
The
that.
knife slices cleanly through the nylon wall and you slip through with ease.
Actually, want
What'd you say, Nick?
Face your
I was saying that my original plan coming in tonight was to try to get us killed as quickly as possible, because I thought that would be funny, but...
Shoot us!
But I actually want to survive now for some reason. Spooky.
a moan which you
Traitor!
suddenly realize is coming at you in stereo.
Oh, damn it.
You look around. An entire Wicca coven has your tent surrounded.
Wick
Despite their lack of wounds or blood-spattered lips, you're certain they're undead. They must have just performed some kind of eternal life ceremony with the Gilgazyme.
Oh.
Wealthy Wiccans. Who knew?
Who knew?
They move in toward you almost as if this were part of an organized ritual. You instinctively look down, but, whew, there's no pentagram beneath your feet. Despite the dark overtones, this is merely
Hail
a
Satan.
cluster of individual zombies who have converged on you through the same hunting instincts. What gave you away? You tried to stay quiet and minimize your flashlight use. Perhaps it was purely bad luck. Either way, they've got you surrounded and you'll have to fight your way out. With a death grip on that knife, you swing it at the closest zombie. It slices her throat with almost as much ease as the tent escape, but the cut wasn't very deep. There's no blood associated with the wound, and her attack has not slowed down. You stab at her, the knife entering her ashen face, again creating an opening without blood.
Jesus.
It's like butchering a long dead animal if it were to get up suddenly and try to eat you. Finally, you plunge the knife into her eye socket and hit brain.
Okay.
She falls to the forest floor. Now the rest of her sisters are upon you, and it doesn't look good. Even dual-wielding the hammer and knife, there's no way you can take them all down unscathed. Then, from the darkness of the woods, your savior arrives. You can't see him clearly.
It's
He moves
Nick.
like black smoke in the night, and he takes down zombie after zombie. At length, you see him brandishing a katana and decapitating the Wiccan ghouls with ease.
A katana? No, you want to use a baseball bat.
Deftly dispatches the
way
whole pack. You owe this man your life. He stands before you in a kendo uniform. Simply put, practice samurai armor. Your mysterious savior says, "Are you hurt?" Shocked, but in control, you shake your head. You can barely see his face through the mask. He's a middle-aged Japanese man. "I am Lucas Teshu," he says. "I assume the car on the road is yours?"
I thought it might have been
If you do
Zero
not
or
know,
something.
I'm
No.
sorry to report it has been raided and the fuel siphoned. I head towards
Wait,
Sanctuary.
why did we park on the road like a bunch of
Have to
dummies?
accompany me.
Yeah, at least pull off.
Decision time.
I mean, we don't know what the environment
Poison.
looks like.
1. I appreciate what you did for me, and perhaps I can repay you with food, but I'm a loner. Poison. 2. That was amazing. Of course. I'll follow you to the ends of the earth, man. Chat, you're poison.
Poison 2? That's incredible!
Team Lucas.
Team Lucas,
The
baby!
next morning, you share breakfast together, and Lucas asks you to tell
Hashtag
him your
Team
story.
Lucas.
It's very cinematic or detailed, but you comply. After you do so, he agrees to return the favor. I run a kendo dojo back in the city. We practice ancient combat with non-lethal gear. This sword, however, was my father's. His family came here from Japan after the war. I was raised in a strict household and adopted Bushido, a code of honor I take very seriously. That is why I must help others when I can.
Thanks,
You
bro.
must understand this when traveling with me. If we see others in danger, we will stop to help. The way he speaks of his life before the outbreak in present tense assures you somehow. He offers you one of his biscuits. We should eat that which might spoil first. He tears off a piece of his own, swallowing the bite before continuing.
I'm from West Virginia, and we never turn down
I
a
hope
biscuit.
to find my sister at the shelter. I stayed back to look after my students, but she fled right away. Come, let us walk. When he mentions his sister, his eye contact breaks. He reloads his pack, removes a large axe, and hands it to you. It's not the sharpest, intended for chopping firewood, but if it can split a log, it can split a skull.
Hells yeah!
You nod
You
your
dodge
head.
a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Teshu
An
as
axe
he
is going to
leads
get
you
stuck,
through the woods.
just like a blade.
We mustn't panic. My sister fled without thinking, without a plan. As these cadavers do not decompose, the problem could go on a while. I'm sure you've noticed they lose very little blood and fluid, because there's no blood pressure without a beating heart. Somehow their bodies continue to operate even when dead. It makes no sense. And without decay, who knows how long the scourge will last? He stops, stiff against the cool morning air, a hand on the hilt of his blade. Then you hear it too, a moaning on the wind. Lucas motions for you to fall in line behind her.
That moaning on
You
the
do
wind
so,
could
trying
be
to
something
step
else
as lightly
way
as
better.
possible. That's you hear. Soon you're upon the zombie. It's a middle-aged man with a beard, most likely a hermit who never saw it coming.
Probably me.
His leg is clinched in a large bear trap, the steel teeth ripping flesh from bone as he struggles to get loose. We'd do well to look for other snares like this one, your guide tells you as the ghoul snaps his jaws. This was set by someone looking for living corpses, not bears. Lucas sighs,
How could you possibly
rubbing his
know that?
stubble in contemplation.
You read the script.
What are we waiting for, you ask? uncomfortable at the close proximity to the fiend whose soulless eyes stare at you with hunger. I don't know what to do. The code says I must help him, but I'm not sure how. Should I kill him to end his suffering, or do we leave him be? If there's a cure, he'd only need that leg amputated. He's perfectly preserved and healthy otherwise. But if he breaks free, he could follow us and call other preserved to our camp. What do you think? Decision time.
Ooh, this is a tough one.
This is a tough one.
1. Kill him. He's not human anymore, so I doubt your code applies. Poison. 2. I guess he's not going anywhere. Let's just move quickly. Chat your poison.
Gotta be quick with that decision making. You know he's gonna repeat himself in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Kill him.
I'm stalling for time, sorry.
So I doubt your code applies. Poison. 2. I guess he's not going anywhere. Let's just move quickly. Chat your poison.
Poison 1. Poison 1.
Your call. You're hiking again. Lucas complied with your choice, but you can tell he's unsettled as to if it was the right one to make. You start to make small talk, but he interrupts. Pardon the request, but I need some time with my thoughts. You shrug. Fair enough. You hike on, burning calories and daylight. It's quiet and serene, this picturesque landscape, and yet you cannot get the ghouls from your mind. The dead and dying leaves serve as ubiquitous reminders of the moribund world in which you live. Then a more ghastly sight infects the environment. A zombie, tangled in a heap of barbed wire, crawls across the forest floor. His torso is disconnected, and he paws at the earth, inching forward at a snail's pace. Trailing behind him is a 30-foot-long model of barbed wire, at the end of which his legs are dragging in the mess. You surmise he got stuck in a farmer's fence and struggled until he'd cut himself in 2.
Oh, lovely.
It's amazing he's able to make any progress, what with the mass he pulls along. Though, to be fair, he has help. 2 other zombies, 1 male and 1 female, walk with him, each entangled in the web as well. Lucas skins his katana. This, he says, is black and white. There's no help but release for these. Come on. He runs down the hillside toward the undead. Decision time. Poison 1. Join him. Poison 2. Let him do his own thing. Chat your poison.
Poison 1.
Yeah, we need to rebuild our trust with the dude.
Poison 1.
Executioners.
Kill the fuck out of him.
Yes!
Brandishing
No
your
survivors.
axe, you charge down the hill after Lucas. The 2 of you huff in silence. Only the brown forest floor crunching beneath your feet announces your presence. It's odd. You feel like you should be whooping out a war cry, but you know better. Your army of 2 must move like a pair of wisps through the woods.
West Virginia, that
The
sounds like
zombies
yee!
turn as you approach. You can see their faces change from blank, sodden expressions like those of a corpse on a gurney to lewd joy, like a grifter about to make the big score. In movements as elegant as a ballroom dancer, Lucas's body flows behind the power of his sword. Its edge moves cleanly through the necks of the 2 standing ghouls, leaving just the 1 crawling on the ground. The blows are so succinctly perfect, the zombies take 2 more steps toward Lucas, before the muscles realize that their connection to the brain has been severed. They fall to the earth in heaps. Your zombie's lower jaw has been stripped of skin from the days he spent crawling on the ground. You can see the tendons and muscle fibers moving as he snaps his jaws at you. Like a hooded executioner before the king, you bring your axe down upon the fiend. You tried to make a show of it like Lucas by beheading the man. Your axe, however, is far blunter than his katana. You have to hack at the poor soul's neck 6 times before you finally sever the connection.
Delicious.
Eventually, the gruesome deed is done. Lucas tips his face mask back as he approaches. He squeezes your arm and says, I never thought I would find friendship again in this life. But here you are. Then the moment is broken as he ushers you away.
Are we about to
You both look
Brokeback
down
Mountain
and
this?
see that the severed head taps its jaws at you still.
Team Lucas, baby, I guess.
Be on the lookout for those.
Hey, it's the
Lucas
apocalypse.
said.
It's apocalypse.
You bring
It's
your
time to
axe
live
down on the
life.
head, opening it up like a watermelon and stilling it for good. After you. And you open your hand to Lucas to indicate that you're ready to continue. Lucas nods.
Are we about to do this?
The shelter should not be too much further from here.
Let's do
But
it.
I do not want to go through the marshes at night. Let us stake an early camp up ahead, and by lunch tomorrow, we will be in the company of other survivors. I cannot wait for you to meet my sister. You will like her.
Whoa.
Decision time.
Are we about to have a...
Poison.
Never
One.
mind.
Sounds good. I'll take first watch.
I
Poison.
thought he was going to say, like,
two.
sounds good. Can't wait to see your
I
sister.
bet I will. Do you mind taking first watch? I'm a little tired. Chat your poison.
Oh, it's another tough one.
Poison 1. Poison 1.
Shuffled off this mortal coil. Night descended upon the wooded valley like it had each night before, with an eerie stillness made only more unsettling by knowledge that movement does indeed exist beyond sight and sound. Eternal movement, never resting, always seeking. You're alone on watch. Dinner is long past. Lucas went up into the tree for his sleep shift, and you haven't heard from him since.
Uh-oh.
So here you are, alone with your thoughts.
Not Lucas.
What will this compound be like?
We were in love with
Mad
him.
Max Thunderdome-esque rule by force dictatorship where only the insane thrive and survive? Or a utilitarian commune where reason reigns supreme and frivolities are shunned for the good of the masses? A stirring in the grass just beyond the perimeter of camp gives you a final thought on the subject. Whatever this compound is, it won't be running and hiding. It won't be half-slept nights and fearful looks over the shoulder. An undead traveler emerges from the shadows. Maybe the compound will have automated turrets ready to take intruders down, or minefields, crow's nests with snipers, or machine gunners always at the watch, like a World War II fortress ready for invasion. That'd be nice. You rise to your feet, your axe scraping along the earth dully as you lift it in preparation for a fight. The zombie's features materialize in the pale moonlight. He's a cyclist, a mountain biker whose luck didn't hold. He wears a helmet, gloves, and smart tech clothes. There's an obvious bite wound on his arm. The man must have ridden along infected until eventually he became a pedestrian evermore. He's moved beyond curious investigation now, and comes at you with excitement. The absence of blood around his mouth suggests you're his first human encounter since his half-death. Now you'll put him down for good. Usually you bring your axe down upon their heads like you're chopping firewood. That won't work with his bicycle helmet. It wouldn't be enough to save a human, but it could be just enough of a barrier to keep his brain tucked securely within his skull. So you'll have to go with decapitation. You swing the axe like you're felling a tree, but the movement is unfamiliar, and he moves in awkward lunges, so the bulk of the axe misses behind his head. You knock him to the ground nonetheless. His ear is ripped off, but does not bleed. This one-time lover of extreme sports rises to his feet again. You chop toward him this time, aiming for the face just beneath the helmet. You connect with his chin and chest and split him open with grisly results.
Lovely.
Enough of this barbarism, Lucas says from the tree. He hops down and lands in a roll on the forest floor. In one seamless movement, he's back on his feet and decapitates the ghoul with a stroke of his sword. Lucas stabs down on the zombie's head to finish the job. The kendo master sighs, sheathes his sword, and with his back to you says, "Get some rest. The marshes will be full of surprises." I can't wait. But you have to wait. So, say continue to catch some Z's in the meantime.
And I think that's a good place to stop for this episode. Thank you, everyone, for sticking with us for now.
Yeah.
Not quite the gut punch I was hoping for to finish on, but it's been a hot minute.
But the Ballad of Lucas.
The Ballad of... Hashtag Team Lucas. We're all about Lucas. We are very lucky to find a martial arts master in full samurai armor in the middle of the woods. Very lucky.
No, I think actually he's the main character. We're just some dumb sidekick. It's kind of depressing.
RC Bret is still talking me up right now.
Oh boy. Man, how are we? Never mind. We can talk about that off screen. Because now I'm wondering how we're gonna get back to this if we ever come back to finish shit. You're gonna have to play through this. I just gotta
tell them to stop. Look, hang on a second.
Okay.
Say continue now.
Computer, stop.
Thank you for playing Infected.
There you
if
go.
If you enjoyed this game, please write us a review at reviewinfected.com.
I will
Once
not.
Again, review us at reviewinfected.com.
I've never heard this. Please review your infection. My infection was adequate. Thank you very much. Oh, that was fun. Thanks for joining me again, Nick.
Yeah. Glad to...
Yeah, we'll see you again here in a few short weeks. They're still going. She's still
God.
Yeah, she's still going. Yeah, we'll see you again here in a few short weeks, and we'll polish this sucker off. Hopefully, I think, or we'll go until it's done.
All right.
Yay! All right, and thank you, dear listener, for listening to this special, very special, after-school special of Infected Echo Part 2. You know, go out there into the world and don't get an infection. Don't be a fool. Wrap your tool. Nick, you got anything else to say?
Nope, nothing of value. So we've moved on. We're good.
Nothing of value? Is that what you said?
Yes, nothing of value.
Well, that is not right at all. Check out Nick on Twitter at Nicodemus Rexx. That's NICODEMUSREXX. Check the description for all the info. Same thing on Instagram, and I believe Project Rex on Facebook with Rex with 2 X's, right?
Yep, that's right.
That's right. Check out his live streams, all that fun stuff. And you know what? Float him a few bucks if you need some art made. I do it all the time. I'm getting a new tattoo.
Ooh,
Very
yeah.
soon. Yep. Actually, when this airs, don't ask me specifically when this airs. But yeah, I will actually when this airs, I'm getting the tattoo next week. So as you listen to this next week, I will be even further tattooed, as if I need more of an excuse to look like an outsider, a lonesome outsider on the run from society, just like our dear character. # Team Lucas. All right, next episode. Make sweet love to Lucas, and yeah, bye, folks. Bye, bye, Nick.
Later,
Tater. And if we're gonna die.
Oh, what?
If we're gonna die.
You die together.
Yeah, well, let's die together. Let's die.
Oh,
Change the name of the show. Welcome to Die Together. No, this show's just called Die. All right, bye.
Hey, this show is brought to you by #Team Cyanide, Let's Die, the His vs. Hers Guide to the Apocalypse, the podcast, and Pokemon After Darkrai. Check out our family of merchandise over at tpublic.com/user/Team Cyanide. Check out the all-new Happy Birthday Pod Dog shirts to celebrate our 1-year anniversary, the Season 3 logo for Let's Die, and keep checking back for our back catalog of merchandise to show up in the future. Also check out the all-new Grackle a Tackle shirt. You can get stickers, mugs, bags, and more. So check that stuff out, and thank you very much. Bye!